Hi everybody, I'm Sakeman Red.
I'm Sakeman Yellow.
We are here to be your guide to delicious sake on a mission to bring sake to the world. Right, Sakeman White?
That's right.
All right.
Great.
So today we want to introduce you to a brand called Shichida. It's from a sake brewery in the Saga prefecture called Tenzan Sake Brewery. Saga prefecture is in the southern part of Japan. Oh, right here. This sake brewery gets its water source from the mountain named Tenzan, which is what the brewery is named after. And this water source is so pure that it's able to help fireflies reproduce. So their slogan is, where there's fireflies, there is pure water, and where there is pure water, there is great sake.
Ooh. Ooh.
Sake to the world. So before we start making sake, the brewery has to decide what classification or what grade of sake they're going to make, and that all depends on the different polishing ratios of the rice. So just like normal rice, sake rice starts out as brown rice with the brands and proteins on the outside, but if they want to make a lighter, more delicate tasting sake, they need to polish away that outer layer to the core of the sake rice called the shinpaku, which is going to be a pure, starchy center. And now, let's taste! And this JUNMAI again is polished only down to 75%, meaning there is 75% of the grain remaining. And that was Shichida's way of going against the trend, kind of being a rock star in the sake industry, where most people were polishing down to a small number to try to become the most lightest, smoothest tasting sake, but Shichida-san wanted to show the power of the sake rice. And with this one, you're going to taste a lot of complex flavors like figs, dried fruit, and some brown sugar, which makes this a perfect pairing for any of your barbecue items, from cheeseburgers to ribs to anything with sauce. This is going to really enhance all the different sweet and salty flavors of your cuisines and different dishes. Perfect for a summertime barbecue.
I think so.
I know so.
Sake to the world.
And next, time for Shichida's flagship JUNMAI, using two different types of rice, a local rice called Reiho and Yamada Nishiki rice, a classic sake rice. And this JUNMAI sake is one of the most popular and actually won a spot in the top 10 list at the Master in Paris back in 2016, which is a blind sake tasting competition. And there's, again, 550 sake, and this sake made the top 10 list. Delicious.
Lovely. Sake to the world.
Now speaking of Master in the top 10 list, there was another sake from Shichida-san that made the top 10 list, and this is it, the JUNMAI Ginjo. Thank you. Polished to 55%, again, using two different rice blends and two different yeasts. And that's what Shichida-san's known for. He's kind of like a mad scientist with sake and wants to bring out more unique aromas and feature the flavors of local rice and local yeasts. Kanpai!
Kanpai.
Sake to the world. And lastly, time for his JUNMAI Daiginjos. Now, most people think JUNMAI Daiginjos are the best tasting sakes, but it all comes down to personal preference. JUNMAI Daiginjos tend to be the lightest and also more aromatic. So for me, sometimes I prefer JUNMAIs over JUNMAI Ginjos or Daiginjos. But again, you should try all those different types of sake to find your favorite. Yeah, very aromatic, very complex, many different layers to it.
Thank you, Shichida-san.
Thank you, Shichida-san.
Sake to the world.
Well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed our video. If you see the Shichida brand in your local marketplace or restaurant, don't hesitate. Try a glass, try a bottle, you won't regret it.
좋아요.
Please.